Well, John, you must hate me by now.
No.
But let's talk about your posture when you came in. Go ahead and do your old posture.
Okay.
Well, you're closer to the ball. Closer to the ball, and then very arched up here, right? So with this posture, you were able basically to try to generate a straight back and straight through stroke, right? With your new posture, which we're putting you now, where the putter is in the middle of your stance, right? Where you have about a grip and a ball between your feet, where you're a grip away, right? We said that already. And where now you start from up here, right? With the putter in line with your forearms and your elbows anchored a little bit in the front of your body, so I make sure you don't hit the machine. And when you come down, right, to your new posture, you now have you're about at 60 degrees to the ground here. I want the putter in line with the forearms and the elbows in, right? Don't over constrict yourself a little bit. And I want the shoulders in the back of your shoulder sockets. There you go. So as such, now you have like an almost straight line. It's okay to have a little bit of a curve. You don't want to go crazy on that. But now what happens with this new posture is if you take your backstroke and stop at the end of it, you're now coming inside the line, and pretty much the hands are doing nothing, but the putter head rotates ever so slightly because it stays square to the path. So go ahead and go back to the, right? So you came inside and the putter is square to that. But in relation to the target line, it has opened a little bit. Now on the other side, what has to happen is you go through, and now the putter is again inside and the face is shut. But notice how the before and after is so different, because before you were kind of going here, opening the putter, then you're holding it open, then you're closing it. That's your old stroke. With this new stroke now, you're constantly closing on the through stroke.
Yeah.
And it's not, you're not closing with the hands, you're closing, by rotating your torso, like we said. But what this does is this quiets down your brain. Your brain doesn't have to think about when to release, how much to hold, and all that good stuff, right? So next, what we're going to talk about is just a little drill on, distance control. I want you to take 10 balls, go to the putting green, make sure there is no target hole. Your only target is to roll 10 balls as close as possible to each other, 18 to 24 feet down the green, right? And flat, no breaks, just flat. So you just take another 2 balls, so you now have 12 balls instead of 10, right? And you put them outside your feet. Remember, the feet are always the same distance apart, a grip on the ball or around that, right? So if you move the putter the same distance every time on both sides, you're going to have the same result. Now calibrate that 20-footer and it will give you the baseline for everything. Outside 20 feet, please, by all means, let's switch to this view real quick. Go ahead and take your dress. Outside 20 feet, once you go to the maximum, which is here where the nothing breaks, right? Then you can start having a little bit of sway, right? And then, but on the through stroke, keep that wrist straight, keep the same relationship, right? So it's a little bit like check. Should be the same in chipping, by the way. Okay. But inside, so for say you have a 10-footer now, right? All you do, let's go back to this view. Say it's a 10-foot putt, so now you just go to your right toe, right? And then the same distance the other side. It's about yay much. Pretty easy to set. So there you can take again 10 balls and roll them 10 feet away with the smaller. Now you've calibrated a 10 and 20-footer. And every distance in between, your brain will adjust the rhythm a little bit, right? Does that mean that for a 3-footer I want you to pull the putter back 1 inch?
No.
No. Just means you make obviously a little bit smaller than a 10-foot putt, right? Smaller distance of travel of the putter head, but you might do it a little bit slower. Okay? And that's it, sir. Thank you very much.